are you, David Garrett? You are a violinist or rock star?
I think I'm a musician, foremost, and I don't think there's any categories anymore these days. And I think you have to have passion for what you do, and that includes classical rock or R&B or whatever you want to do. And I think you have to do it with quality, and that's pretty much the only standard you have to go for.
I'm going to talk about this fabulous new album, the third one, Rock Symphonies, the way you choose the pieces, the way you recorded it, but first I'd like to hear your own words on a very special moment. I guess you are 4, you are a little boy, and you put hands for the first time on a violin. Any memory?
Oh, I only remember my dad beating me with a stick. Besides, kind of true, is a little sad, but besides that, actually, obviously, I love playing. I love music, and even though my dad beat me up with a stick, I still continue playing, and that says something for my passion for this instrument.
Je me souviens juste de mon père qui me tapait avec un bâton. Oui, sinon je me souviens que j'aimais jouer, j'aimais la musique, et puis le fait que j'ai continué à jouer, bien que mon père ait continué à me taper avec son bâton, ça veut dire beaucoup.
I hope that was everything, because otherwise I'm going to get funny letters from my dad.
J'espère que tout a été dit, sinon je vais en entendre parler par mon père.
Okay, David, does something in your life give you more pleasure than music?
I guess everybody can answer that question, but I think music comes second. So, right?
Je pense que tout le monde ici peut répondre à cette question. À mon avis, la musique vient quand même en deuxième position.
Okay. When did you realize that the classical music was not
By the way, I'm talking about getting some sleep,
Okay.
I mean, obviously, we all need to sleep, right? I mean, just to kind of get this straight.
Je parlais juste de dormir, le sommeil, on en a tous besoin, n'est-ce pas?
When did you realize that classical music was not your exclusive passion, but there was also rock and roll?
I always knew it. I mean, as a kid, I wasn't really exposed to it. My parents listened to a lot of classical music, so obviously that was the stuff I was listening to. When I left home and went to New York to study at Juilliard, I guess I kind of just started being curious about other forms. I know I'm talking too much, but other forms of music.
Okay, it's okay.
And just fell in love. I think the most beautiful thing is to go out and explore, and that's what I did.
Toujours j'imagine, c'est vrai que quand j'étais enfant, chez moi, j'ai pas tellement été exposée à d'autres genres musicaux que la musique classique, c'est ce qui s'écoutait à la maison. Mais après, quand je suis partie à New York, à la Juilliard School, j'ai commencé à m'intéresser aux choses. C'est la curiosité qui m'a poussée vers d'autres formes de musique, et là je suis tombée amoureux, et finalement, ce qui compte, c'est de sortir et d'explorer.
Okay, how did Rock Symphonies come to your mind?
I just wanted to combine those two worlds, which I really am in love with, which is rock and roll and classical music, and I wanted to do it in a way that it doesn't sound cheesy or fake. I really wanted to kind of put two passions together and do it in the right way, and that was pretty much my goal.
J'avais vraiment envie d'associer ces deux musiques que j'aime, ces deux mondes qui sont les miens, le rock and roll et la musique classique, mais je ne voulais pas que ça sonne faux, que ça soit exagéré, et il fallait donc que ce soit fait de la façon la plus correcte.
And what about the choice of the pieces? How did you choose it?
Pretty much, it's a gut instinct. I mean, obviously you go into the studio and demo pieces which you like listening to. Obviously it's reflecting my personal taste. And then I think the most important thing is what you have to ask yourself, can you add something creatively which makes the piece different or nicer or worse, whatever, but can you add something? And I think once the answer is yes, and you try to kind of really make it your own, I think then it's already a good start. Of course, in the end, not everything works, but the ones I really love, I try harder.
Okay.
C'est instinctif au départ. C'est vrai qu'on entre en studio, on fait des démos, des maquettes. de musique qui forcément reflète mon goût personnel avant tout. Mais la première question qu'il faut se poser, c'est est-ce que je peux apporter quelque chose de plus d'un point de vue créatif? Est-ce que je peux rendre cette chanson plus belle ou moins belle, enfin, faire quelque chose de vraiment différent? Et si la réponse est oui, ça veut dire qu'on peut se l'approprier et c'est vraiment un bon point de départ. Évidemment, ça ne suffit pas, mais quelquefois ça ne marche pas. Mais quand c'est quelque chose que j'aime vraiment, je vais toujours un petit peu plus loin pour y arriver.
And how did you feel before the recording? Maybe a little bit shy or scared?
No, I don't. I think in life, when you know you have to do something, there's no space for those emotions. You just do it because it feels right, and nobody else can say something different.
Non, parce que quand dans la vie on sait qu'il y a quelque chose qu'on doit faire, on y va, il n'y a pas vraiment de place pour ce genre d'émotion, c'est juste que c'est ce qu'il faut faire.
So tell us more please about the recording. It was everywhere, in the studio, buses or hotel rooms, really?
The demoing was quite a trip because obviously we were all on tour during the whole year, and so there was not much time to really go focus in one room and write or rearrange. So pretty much every time we had a few minutes before shows, in the tour bus, in hotel rooms, we just started working and demoing. I mean, but you know what? I had really a great time doing it, and I think that's a wonderful way of also getting your head, you know, into work and, you know, getting a little bit of space. By the way, she's not really writing stuff down, it's like little pictures. She just wants to look professional.
A musician and comic too.
Quand on a fait la quête, effectivement, on était en tournée, donc on était tout le temps sur la route. Il n'y avait pas vraiment de temps pour se concentrer sur l'écriture ou sur les arrangements. Donc on faisait ça dès qu'on avait quelques minutes, dans une chambre d'hôtel, dans le bus, avant un concert. Mais c'est quand même quelque chose qui est vraiment agréable à faire parce que ça permet de vraiment rentrer dans le sujet.
Okay, a few words on, if you like, the audience. You played last year to over 1,000 fans, more than 500,000. Who are these people who come to your show? It's a big and wide audience.
I have to say, honestly, I didn't meet every of them, but I think these people are, you know, just like everybody, you know, somebody who, you know, has a tough day and wants to go out and get a break from life, and I think that's pretty much the best description for what I do. I just try to get people out of their, you know, out of their troubles. And not me personally, but the music, and that's what it does with me too when I perform. I forget about everything which was before. I forget about everything which is coming after, and I think that's a pretty good reason to go to see a show.
Je ne les ai pas tous rencontrés, hein, tous ceux qui viennent à mes concerts, mais je pense que c'est un peu comme tout le monde. On a des journées qui sont difficiles et puis on a envie de faire une pause, de s'échapper un petit peu. Je pense que c'est la meilleure description des personnes qui viennent à mon concert. Ils cherchent à s'évader un petit peu de leur vie, et d'ailleurs c'est grâce à moi, mais en fait c'est grâce à ma musique, et ça me fait la même chose à moi. J'oublie finalement ce qu'il y avait avant, ce qu'il y aura après. C'est plutôt une bonne raison.
For you and for all your fans, of course, classical and rock work very well together, but I suppose you meet people who don't have the same point of view. They probably think that you don't have enough respect for composers. What do you answer?
Well, I don't think has anything to do with respect. I think that the people who are around me, you know, the people I've worked in the classical music world with, who I have respect for, they really enjoy what I do, and they have all been to my shows. If it's like Forme or Handel or all the people I really cherish, and their opinion counts. And they, you know, I always say that. Sorry, I'm gonna get a little more into this. I always say that really great musicians don't have any limits, and they don't see the boundaries. And if you look back also in time, people like Kreisler, Heifetz, Mielstein, you know, they all kind of endeavored. I mean, even these days, like somebody like Yo-Yo Ma, you know, they all try to find their own way. My way was pretty much, you know, with this record, you know, fusing rock and classical. But everybody has to find their own.
Okay. Please.
Ça n'a rien à voir avec le respect, c'est ce que je réponds. Quand il y a des personnes dans le monde du classique pour lesquelles j'ai énormément de respect et que je connais qui apprécient ce que je fais, et c'est leur opinion qui compte. Il y a les grands musiciens ne se fixent pas de limite, il n'y a pas de frontières à ce que l'on peut faire. Tous les grands qu'il y a eu, comme notamment Nierstein, aujourd'hui encore Yo-Yo Ma, ils doivent trouver leur propre voix et chacun doit trouver sa propre voix. Ma voix, c'est de fusionner comme ça le rock'n'roll et la musique classique.
What is your dream, David? Still have one?
Pretty much living it. I think there's nothing to complain about. I mean, there's a little bit of traveling involved, but at the end of the day, when I get to play or get to meet great people or listen to great shows, being here in Paris, you know, what is more there to dream of?
Je crois que je suis en train de le vivre, mon rêve. Évidemment, tout n'est pas parfait, on peut toujours se plaindre un petit peu, il faut voyager, mais finalement, je rencontre des personnes exceptionnelles, il y a des concerts, je vais à des concerts aussi, puis là, je suis à Paris, de quoi pourrais-je rêver?
What will you do tonight?
I heard it's a Monday, so there's nothing really going on here. Which, you know, I live in dates. My manager hates it, but, you know, he can't give me, like, days, because I don't have weekends. Which is kind of a cool thing, because every day can be a weekend, and every day can also be a weekday. So it runs both ways. But obviously it's a Monday today, I found out, and if anybody has any suggestions, talk to me later.
Donc il ne sait pas quoi faire, mais si vous avez une idée pour lui, vous pouvez toujours le suggérer. Sorry. Can you imagine a dinner with you two and Vivaldi or Beethoven or Smith, and I guess you'd like to be there, no?
I think everybody would like to be there. Sounds like a pretty sweet dinner.
Especially, I think you have something to say.
I think if you love music, you always have, you know, a wonderful way of communicating with people who also, you know, enjoy performing. And obviously, I'm huge fans of all of them you just mentioned.
Okay, maybe one more last question, little bit. Small question. You know, there are women in the audience and we'd like to know, David Garrett,
yeah. Single
or taken?
From all the questions, this is the most difficult to answer because it's... Who knows? I don't even know. Do I? I keep it open because in the end, I really don't know what to say. John, help me out here. No, I'm on my own here. Well, let's say I don't have a girlfriend right now, but you know, I'm getting old, so probably I should search for something at some point. But
c'est la question la plus difficile quand même de ce soir. Disons que pour l'instant, je n'ai pas de petite amie, mais je commence à prendre de l'âge, donc il va falloir que je songe à trouver quelqu'un.
Thank you very much for your